When was the last time you sat down and reflected on your life? On the good times and the bad times? On the mistakes you've made? Or even on what you did yesterday? Well, for most people, reflecting on their life is too painful. There's too much trauma, heartaches, suffering and money troubles that cripple so many of us to this day. And that's why it's so easy to mask the pain with distractions. We endlessly scroll on Instagram or TikTok, wishing our lives were as picture perfect as influencers. We binge watch shows on Netflix or YouTube to escape the harsh reality that we live in. And we dream big because there's no pain in the life we really want to live. It makes sense as to why we want to escape pain, because it feels uncomfortable. But let's talk about why it's important. So pain is actually a very important signal that helps our brains and bodies to survive. If you burn your hand on a hot stove, for example, your reflexes pull your hand away from it and you automatically learn not to touch hot surfaces. So basically, physical pain is a signal to the brain and body that something is wrong. And it is the same with emotional pain. If we feel depressed or anxious about going to work, then that may be a signal that it's time for a new job. If we feel lonely or isolated, then that's a signal that we're missing out on social connections like friends or family, or developing a deeper relationship with someone. So instead of looking at pain as something to push away or distract ourselves from, maybe it's time to hear what it has to say. Because it's trying to tell you something, that something is wrong and that something needs to be fixed. And by listening to it and making those changes, we can start to see growth and success in our lives. Author Dan B. Allender also highlights this in his quote, "Most people want to grow, but the price of growth is pain." There's a lot of wealthy, successful people in this world. Some of them are celebrities, actors, models, singers and influencers. And some of them are completely unknown, living far away from any sort of spotlight. Now, sure, some of these people are successful because they were born into wealth or they just got trust funds from relatives, but most of them are living the life they want to live because of pain. And not because they distracted themselves from pain, but because they used their pain as fuel. They recognize that pain is a signal for them to keep pushing, to work harder, to work smarter, and to think outside of the box to live a more fulfilled life. But even throughout their journey, they still experienced pain. Because it's painful to work hard every day trying to achieve your dreams. And that's where most people fall short. Most people don't want to do the work. They just want results. This also comes from one of my favorite quotes. Most people want to be the noun without doing the verb. But without the verb, or without the action of being disciplined, they will never reach the noun, which could be money or a house or some kind of status in life, like being a celebrity. Even after reaching the noun, most people still have to work very hard to maintain it. If you start a business, for example, and you work hard and you become wealthy from it, you still have to run your business. If you become an actor who makes millions of dollars doing movies, you still have to work and make movies. Otherwise, that money is going to dry up very fast. It's not like life stops after you achieve all that you want to achieve. You still have to work hard to maintain it, which means there will always be some sort of pain in life. But that's not a bad thing. Because without pain, you would never have found success in the first place. And without pain, you would never be able to maintain it. In other words, Pain is necessary in order to see any kind of growth and success in our lives. And instead of pushing it away or distracting ourselves from it, it's about time we embrace it as a signal and as a tool that motivates us and pushes us forward. Because the more we escape pain, the more we stay stuck in our comfort zones. And the longer we feel stuck, the more regretful and bitter we become about living a life that we don't want to live. Now, I think the first step in growing with pain by your side is to acknowledge it. Recognizing that it's going to be hard from this point forward, but there will come a time when the pain will not only become more manageable, but also starts to pay off. Next, define what growth and success look like to you. What do you need to do in order to live your happiest life? Is it exercising more? Is it starting a side hustle? Is it perhaps learning a new skill so you can apply for different jobs? I think it's so important to identify the things you need to do in order to see the most success in your life. And then come up with a game plan to tackle that. But I would also advise to take things one step at a time. It's great to feel motivated and inspired and tell yourself things like, I'm going to start waking up earlier, or I'm going to work on all these side hustles to make more money, but in doing so, you're taking on too much pain too quickly, and thus you will burn out and give up. Start with just one small thing, make it a habit for about a month or so, and then add on another small thing. Stay disciplined and remember, this kind of pain is positive because ultimately it will carry you to where you need to be in the future. I say all of this with love and experience because I've been exactly where you are. Lost, confused, scared, and filled with so many doubts. I left a successful business to become an artist. I raised 2 kids on my own and I spent years of perfecting my craft. And it all finally paid off because I learned how to use pain to get to where I needed to be. So let me know what your thoughts are about this topic, and if you have anything to add, drop a comment down below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content coming soon.